Same, dude. I had to get that shit developed. Okay, so Hannah Burger. There comes a time in everyone's life, dance gamer's life, where you have to deal with step jumps. Step jumps are just a hard tech in general, and so this is called a step jump. It's called that because there is a step and then there's a jump. Unlike a lot of other names, this one actually kind of makes sense because it's literally step jump, right? And so, like, the number one thing you have to do before you can even get to moving your feet like this is you have to have a metronome in your head, counting all the beats, okay? So in your head, you should be able to discern, like, if I hit on this beat, I will get a fantastic, okay? That is the most important part of step jumps. The reason why, if your timing is off, you can't nail step jumps because they come up so quickly that if you're off balance, which by the way is the number one mistake developing players can make, you have to have full body control at all times on this video game. The number one way to get good at step jumps, the number one way to get good at this video game, is to have perfect control of your body and stability. 100% full stop, period, end of story. And if you want to debate me on that, cool. But like, my results speak for themselves. So I think that like step jumps, again, just to reiterate, exemplify having to have internal timing with body control. It's such an awkward motion to go here, here, here. Like, I'm moving my ass. I'm like flexing like my hands, quads, ass. Like, it's so much movement that if I don't have full control of my body and know exactly when to jump, I'm going to fuck up. Does that make sense? So it really starts and ends with that, right? The rest of it I can tell you, like, I can give you tips on how to place your feet, but ultimately, like, that's like it's kind of like when you're a basketball player, when you're a volleyball player, when you're a tennis player, right? You can't play full court press, full court basketball before you're able to make free throws and layups, right? You can't expect to have a volley of like 20 hits back and forth when you don't even know what bumping is, right? When you don't even know how to bump, right? Let alone set, let alone spike, whatever, right? Like, you gotta like, you can't just like jump in and be like, all right, step jumps. You know what I mean? Like, in my opinion, and I really want to do like a long video series on this on YouTube, but like in my opinion, you have to have a firm grasp of timing and understand what it takes to like play a 9, let's say, at a high level, right? Like, what are all the skills I need to, like, in a perfect world, if I were to like get a quint on this, like, what are all the skills I need for that, right? So a little rambly, but like, I think that's kind of, a lot of players don't think that way. Like, they just want to accelerate to like being able to do whatever content, whatever level content. They don't understand how much work there is to do on all the like simple fundamental shit, like counting music. And like that helps you immensely, right? But, okay, so all that said, the best way, I was kind of hinting at it earlier, the best way to do step jumps like this is to always aim for the inner sensors, right? And really, like, they are, again, exemplifying another thing that we talk about in dance games, which is like move as little as possible. So there's a big difference between me being on my tiptoes and going here, here, like that is so much more movement than if I go here, here. You know what I mean? So if you watch my left foot here on measure 4. Left foot is, my left heel is like basically just like rotating to hit the down arrow. Like, I'm effectively keeping my toe on center, not exactly, right, but mostly. And I'm going this, this. So I'm like not super moving my ass, right? I was just kind of exaggerating earlier. Really just like it's like an ankle rotation. So if you see top level players do step jumps, and I'll play it in a sec, but if you see us playing charts like this, like it's like the less you move, Okay, check this out, right? The less you move, the faster you can move, the more accurate you can be because you have more body control. It's crazy. All this works together. It's like very magical, right? Okay, so let's play it. I hope any of that is helpful. What do you think? Did I do all the things that we talked about? Let me know if you have any follow-up questions, but that's kind of how I would approach thinking about step jumps.